We're here at the 2024 AIMExpo and very blessed to have Gary Goodwin with Kove Motorcycles here today. As many of you know or don't know, Kove's really been setting the world on fire here the last couple of years with some impressive results at Dakar and a really sleek product line that's really kind of revolutionizing what people think about Chinese manufacturing and off-road motorcycles. So Gary, welcome to AIMExpo.
Thank you very much.
So you guys are based out of Utah. I mean, give us a little bit of background. How long have you been doing Kove? When did you decide to, and what was it about Kove that got you excited about taking on the line?
I've been working with Chinese manufacturers since 2003, and Kove, I came across them in 2017 when they first started. They were building an adventure bike for the Chinese domestic market, and the bike that they had at that time was not something I was particularly interested in, but I did see that they were a very fast-moving, up-and-coming brand, and they seem to have a vision that a lot of Chinese manufacturers don't have. and then late 2017, I saw some concept drawings of the rally bike that they were working on, and that's where I really became involved and intrigued with them. And kind of evolved since then. You know, we saw some of the first early clay mold drawings and renditions that they had, and I saw that had some potential, and that's kind of what we took off and ran with, and it's been really cool working with those guys.
So when did you first bring your first Kove motorcycle into the U.S., and what model was it?
Yeah, so last January, almost a year ago now, is when we first received the first two demos of the Rally 450.
I think you had them here at AIMExpo, if I'm not mistaken.
We had them last year at the AIMExpo, and that was in January, is when they first debuted there at Dakar with their three bikes, and they finished. And it was in February, right after that, is when we were here at the AIMExpo displaying those bikes.
Well, I mean, you brought it up, Dakar. I mean, let's dig right into that. I mean, I think Dakar is where everyone really started to take notice of Kove.
Yeah.
You know, obviously KTM and Honda and Husqvarna, all the other Gasgas, all the other factory efforts, everybody's watching. But here were these three guys on a bike from China, and I bet if you took odds at the beginning that they were going to finish the event, let alone all three of them finish the event, you would have probably could have taken a lot of money that way. But I mean, what was the key to their success right out of the box?
Well, you know, I mean, they started out with a proven power plant, the Zhongshan engine that's been around for a long time, and they took it and they refined it a little bit more. They put a little bit more, evolution into the technology of the head, and got some more performance out of that engine. And I mean, they're dedicated. They're trying to prove it just like we are here in the U.S. And it's been a lot of fun to work with those guys because there really is a focus that they have on R&D that a lot of factories don't have, and it's showing in what they're developing and doing now.
Yeah, I mean, the motor is actually you can't get to the finish line without a good motor, but they seem to have built a really competent chassis, and the whole thing around it is just the level of sophistication and, you know, detail and performance. I mean, the bike works good.
It does, yeah. I mean, it comes to the R&D that they're putting into it, for sure.
Mr. Zhang, is he the head of the development? He's very famous now for some of the postings he did during this year's Dakar. I think everybody kind of fell in love with the guy. He was honest as the day is long, very straightforward, very passionate about what he's doing. Absolutely. What can you tell me about him?
Yeah, I mean, he started out, there's some videos that have been circled around. People have probably seen those, but, you know, as a 17-year-old kid, just like all of us motorcycle guys, he just loved it and wanted to be involved in it. And he had an old little domestic Chinese 125 type bike, and was basically making videos of himself riding and trying to show other guys, and that he was all about it, just trying to get people to listen to him, to invest in his dream and his passion for motorsports, and that's really what he's done.
And has he been there since the start of this whole program?
Yeah, he has.
You can tell.
He worked for CF Moto for a while as an engineer there, and he's very smart, very aware of the logistics and the infrastructure and the supply chains of what's going on in China. And it's been awesome to work with him because I think he's got the same dream that a lot of guys have as far as just really pushing the industry and developing a new product.